so
right.
nice to
Well,
see
nice
you.
to see you again. I mean, I've met you
Yeah.
like randomly a few times, right?
Yeah, we
It was at like what's it called?
Frankston
Pure Nowhere.
at that event. I think we had like late night chats at one of the Spagstains parties. I don't
Yeah.
know if
Oh
you remember
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Even I didn't remember that shit.
Yeah,
Those
true.
those were the times, weren't they?
They were the
That was the life.
times. It was. It was really nice. I'm still good friends with Emma and like
Yeah.
all the Spagstains people. So it's like, yeah, they're amazing.
They're
Those parties were
awesome.
so much fun.
They're not like doing, are they doing music still?
Not to like I think they're all doing music separately. I know that Rose is kind of the last time that I spoke to them, they were trying to get a space
Yeah.
like to kind of put all their instruments or to just kind of be.
Yeah.
I know Pan Judy's working in events. She works for Untitled
Cool.
and does like a lot of event stuff, but I think she also still plays they also play music in other projects. And then Emma lives on the peninsula now.
Fucking A.
And I see Emma quite a bit.
Well, I was gonna ask you about that. I didn't even do my introduction, but welcome to
Oh,
Left Brain, Right Brain
oh, true.
podcast.
Have we started?
Yeah, we
Is this
started.
it?
We get it unfiltered
Well,
on this potty. We are here with Maddie from Velvet Bloom. Maddie, how are you? Obviously,
hey,
well, we've been chatting
I'm
for a
good.
little bit now.
I'm good. How are
Right,
you?
I'm good. Right off the bat, where are you currently? Because this looks comfy as hell.
It's so nice. We are on residency at Point Nepean. So, the Shire has like five houses down here that they give artists to like
Really?
use, which is so nice. Yeah, so we're down here for the next 5 weeks, just writing music and stuff, which is
Are
really
all those houses
nice.
taken? Are there any
Um,
abandos? Abandoned
There
Shire houses?
actually, I think that there is one. We walked past one and I was like, if any of these are haunted, which they definitely are, this is the one.
That can be arranged. Yeah, because I was talking to my mate. I don't know if you ever met Jess Buchanan. Shout out to Jess.
Oh yeah,
And she and I and a whole group of people, because yeah, they're all like affiliated with like the Teenage Dads people as well,
yeah, yeah,
who we've had on the show. And they mentioned there were some killer houses, like crazy mansions by the beach and stuff.
Oh, so how funny is this? Like, yes, there are, but like this is in the national park, so we're like even further down the peninsula than they are. And I feel like,
Really?
the really nice houses like are like as you kind of come to the end of Portsea, but then no buildings can
Yeah,
happen like after that. And then these ones like there's like a private beach down here. It's like it's so
private
nice.
beach.
Well,
Really? Just for the
maybe
people living in the houses and there's no one
yeah,
else, so it's just
I
you.
guess so. Or like maybe it's fenced off and maybe you're not allowed to go there. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Wow. Do you find, have you always lived in an inch?
Not always, and I don't like I actually live up kind of city way now, but
Oh,
so it's so nice to come back. Like, but I have lived on the peninsula for like a pretty significant portion of my life. I was living in St Kilda for a little bit when I was doing uni, and then I moved back to the peninsula. And more recently, before moving to the city, we had a share house in Murdoch, on
right.
like a farm, and it was so nice.
So do you feel
Um,
like your music, A, is it in, it's obviously influenced, right, by your surroundings?
mm, I think so. I think maybe it's more influenced by like the emotion or the moods that those surroundings like put me in.
Right.
So I don't know, like yes, definitely, because like it impacts like the way that you see the world and like how you can
Yeah.
interact with like I don't know, people, art, like creativity, community, all of that kind of stuff.
So
But yeah.
if like Velvet Bloom was living in, say, I don't know, like a really hectic part of Northcote, would we be expecting a Velvet Bloom punk record?
Fuck no. You
What?
reckon?
I'm very curious because I love the music that you do, and it really warms my
Yeah.
heart. And I have nothing but great things to say about it, as we'll find out on the potty.
Yeah.
But I always wondered, what would like a crazy kind of punk heavy record sound like? Do you ever delve into that kind of music?
It'd be pretty fun. Like it'd be so fun to write, but it's just like it's definitely not for Velvet Bloom. It could be a
Yeah.
different project one day, maybe.
That would be awesome. Let me know if you'll need a drummer. I'll fucking get on that.
It'd be so fun. I love I mean, yeah, we've jammed at like I feel like we've jammed at like house parties before.
Probably. I
And
was I was like a very enigmatic at those parties because
yeah,
I used to live in Hampton my whole life. So
yeah,
I would
right.
take these like excursions at like 12 p.m. to Frankston and crazy shit would happen. But I didn't do it often,
Yeah.
but I it really did like those parties also like crossed over into what's that into Footscray as well. I remember there being like Footscray house
Yeah.
parties. It kind of seems like that whole crew, like who you've worked with, like Morning Maxwell and
Oh, yeah.
fucking, what's the name of the really dope rapper? I bumped into him at Brunswick Music Fest when we started playing our set.
Oh,
Jimmy.
Jimmy Harwood.
Yeah, so he
Oh,
really like,
Angel.
yeah, he was at our like punk show and he really had like nice
Yeah.
things to say. And it seems like that whole crew and the young Shogun as well. Are you
Yeah.
guys all like very well like connected? Is that like a little scene of itself?
Um, I would say it was for a little bit. Like we were all on one of Max's albums, and so we
I
were
was
kind of
listening to it today. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. So we were touring a little bit, but I couldn't kind like we had shows at this Velvet Bloom had shows at kind of like similar times, so it was like really hard to kind of get all of us together. But there are a few shows that we had where we were able to kind of like make it work.
Yeah.
But like I mean, Remedy, like she's like one of my really good friends. And like yeah, there's so many incredible like vocalists and artists on that album.
Yeah.
So
He's
yeah,
really
it was
cultivated like an awesome scene. Like even if it wasn't really a
yeah,
scene, he's made it seem like it. He's definitely doing a
yeah,
lot for Melbourne, for sure.
yeah.
Are
And
you yeah,
yeah, I think like those shows were so much fun. I think just because it was so like there were so many people on stage.
mm,
And for like an electronic show, that's kind of like pretty random.
yeah. You can really
Yeah,
hear it
which was so
though on the
nice.
album. Like
Yeah.
you can hear the interplay between all these different artists,
Yeah.
which is nice. You don't really have collaboration punk records here. Now that I think about
True.
it.
Yeah.
It's because we're
I
all assholes and nobody wants to. Tall
I
poppy
don't
syndrome is
reckon. Oh,
a whole thing with the rock scene, I think. But you know,
true. I mean, I think it's everywhere, but you've just got to find the right like
absolutely
people.
the right
Like
collective, the right group, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think like there's so many great people in each scene and like yeah, it's the same with like kind of soul stuff. I'm so lucky. Like we've found so many incredible people through music and yeah, you just have to hold those like ones close, I
for
guess.
sure. And you have to be like
Yeah.
grateful for the people around you. It doesn't always have
Mm,
to be a band, right? Like you can be the camera
yeah.
crew that you work with. I'm super grateful for a new like camera crew. Not this camera crew. This is just my laptop. But like we have like a full blown setup now with like three cameras and it
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I was like, you guys are starting to feel like my bandmates now. Even though we're not playing
Mm.
music, we are having this interplay, you know,
That's so
between each other.
nice.
Yeah, so that's
It's
pretty
so
good.
much like that as well. Like whenever we've worked with film crews and stuff, like, you know, um, my like one of the people that we work really closely with, a videographer, and VJ, like he, whenever he's with us or working with us, like it's almost like he's an instrumentalist because like the way that
He
he
is, yeah.
uses, yeah, well, exactly the way that he uses like his camera and stuff, and like he's so like aware of the moments in the set that are like builds or like that kind of thing. Like it does feel like a massive contribution and like there's so much awareness of like where a song's going as well, which is so cool.
If you're friends as well with videographers and cinematographers, they know how to
Yeah.
light you up properly. They know what your
Yeah.
good angles are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas somebody who
Yeah,
doesn't know
definitely.
you might not be aware, you know, of an artist's
Yeah.
sort of sensibilities. Was
Yeah.
he the one that did the Luna Park video, the most recent
No,
one?
we did that DIY.
Oh,
That
you
was
guys
like
just took turns shooting it?
extremely, yeah.
That's so good.
We were just
Well,
like, let's just go and make, wait, are you allowed to swear on here?
well, I've done it like 30 times already. And yeah, you are. This isn't fucking,
Okay,
this ain't a kid's show.
cool. Yeah, we just wanted to fuck around, and maybe like just have a day together. I feel like we'd been working really hard towards like a live album video and like some other stuff that was like kind of, yeah, very heavy lifting and a lot of work. So
Yeah.
it was kind of nice to just like, yeah, take some time off and go to Luna Park.
I can totally relate, but you didn't just take time off to go to Luna Park. You documented it.
Yeah,
And then you
well, yeah.
paired the video with the thing that you were taking so much time to work on, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, and also like budget wise, like it just kind of made sense.
Videos are hard that way though, aren't they? Because
Yeah.
you want to do a really good job. And we've done crazy shit, like strap beds to like motors and shit and
Oh
drive
my
it
God,
around
that
the
is one of
outback.
the coolest videos.
Yeah, I appreciate your love on that one. That was great. Great to see.
So cool.
And so
Yeah.
you do all this stuff, but you know that until you make it big, 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 you're not gonna like be able like a lot of people are gonna kind of take it for granted. So it really is like
Mm,
music video is like the ultimate passion project now.
fully. And like, yeah, it's probably the thing that like loses you the most money depending on how
For
you do it.
sure.
Like there's no real return at this stage, like
No,
at this level. So it's like and it's pretty funny, like when we were scouting venues for other videos that we were doing, as soon as you said that you were shooting there, they rose like the fee, like
really.
in a huge way. And it was like pretty fucked because I was just like, yeah, do you realize that this is like the thing that literally makes us like no
For which
money?
location?
Like
For
all location, like so all like Shire kind of venues or like halls and
yeah,
like that kind
right.
of thing. As soon as you're filming, and actually not just Shire halls and stuff like studios and stuff too,
Yeah.
rehearsal spaces, like
It's
all of
this
that.
weird thing where everyone really wants to and needs to value themselves, but because they're not getting sufficient funding from the government and because they're not getting
Yeah.
sufficient support from actual, places, you have to back yourself. But in the process of
Mm,
backing yourself, you alienate potential collaborations and they never
yeah.
happen. Which is why
Well,
I'm very
yeah.
grateful. Like, I've been through a lot of different band members in Dole, but
Yeah.
everyone sort of helped me to get to where I am and continues to assist me. And
Yeah.
I want to be like that for other people, even though I don't know if
Totally.
they see me as being able to help them on stuff, but I'd love to,
I mean, like, I think that everyone is so valuable. Like, everyone who contributes to a project in like whatever capacity, is so valuable.
for
Even
sure.
like, you know, my mum at a shoot, like cooking for us so that we don't have to
Catering
think
is a
about like,
big
yeah,
deal. Catering is a big deal. If you have no money, like this goes out to anyone
yeah,
like listening, if you have no money but you want to make a shoot work and you want to work with
mm,
those people again, dude,
yeah,
buy them a coffee. Go
yeah,
out.
yeah,
I went
yeah,
out in the rain the other day and bought my crew a coffee. It doesn't matter where you
yeah.
are or
You
how
just
busy you
make it
are.
happen.
Take the
Yeah.
time, make it happen because people remember that shit.
100%. And like yeah, or just like bring some snacks. It doesn't have to be like expensive. I think it's like the thought and also like I guess just making sure that like everyone can actually eat the things that you
Well, that as well,
yeah,
yeah. If people like
whatever.
intolerant, but I feel like that's a whole nother step. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but also like I've had film crews and stuff do things for us like as passion projects or like uni projects or whatever and it's like they're barely charging anything for like how much effort they're putting into
For
it and
sure.
like yeah if you can kind of like make sure that you can feed them or like yeah as you said get them coffees or like really make their experience
Yeah,
incredible like or as incredible as it can be then it'll just make the day run more smoothly and like make more of a vibe and then like also just make your friendship kind of grow
well,
usually.
yeah. People are really cranky when they're hungry. Like
Oh my God,
that's
yeah.
not a lie. Like and
Or
so if
coffee.
you can feed them, yeah, give them a
Yeah.
coffee. Wait, people wake up really early for film shoots too, and you have to drive long
Yes.
distances. So get them fed.
Yeah, especially if you're from the peninsula. A lot of the film crews that we've worked with like have to drive a bit, like if we're
Yeah.
kind of doing it on location down here. Yeah, so lucky though. So lucky to work with so many awesome artists.
For sure. I wanted to
Yeah.
ask you about, so I've been looking at the new aesthetic, the new Velvet Bloom
Oh
aesthetic, and I hope it
yeah.
continues. Like, I hope it's not just a single thing that is like
Oh my God.
doing something else. I get a very particular, I don't know if you know, and I'm going to butcher this. I don't speak French. Jacques Cousteau, like underwater, like Atlantis,
Ooh.
Metropolis style vibe from it. especially from Silver Tongue with the gloves and all that. So
Cool.
where
Yeah.
can you tell me? Because this will be released in like a month. Can you tell me where's this going? And like, yeah, can we see that get up on stage? Like, what's going on?
So that was a very eclectic shoot. It took a lot of many hands and a lot of work to make that
Yeah,
happen.
literally.
We were lucky enough to work with Valentina, who is an incredible photographer, and like a photo editor. Yeah, she was absolutely wonderful to work with, and we've like done quite a few things with her as well in the past. Um, Editing wise, like she absolutely nailed it, like vision
Yeah,
wise. But Soke Prim, Josh Davies and we have been like
he's a
working
legend. Yeah,
together
he's a
for,
legend.
yeah, he's
I
the
remember
best.
meeting him as well in like those parties as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's just so community oriented, has like such a great eye and such awesome ideas. And I think like when I asked him to kind of work on this project with me, he was like so down for it. And then we were like, okay, let's create like a sanctuary, a world, a garden, some like elusive like landscape. But
yeah,
like we didn't want to pigeonhole it to be like something like a world or like a yeah. We kind of kept the term very loose and just made it more of like um a landscape for the album and like to represent the music. So more to come on like that kind of thing, just because like yeah, we created kind of like a description that will kind of go out soon about like I guess the purpose of that landscape and like why we made a lot of the choices that we did.
yeah.
Um but like, Josh helped me from the start with that. Gretel helped, like we created all the flowers and stuff like ourselves, and like
Oh,
it
really? So
took a really
they're not
long.
real. Those aren't real flowers or anything like that.
No, no,
Yeah.
we paper mache'd like loads of stuff
Hell
and just
yeah.
created
Big
like
up
all
on the
this.
paper mache game. That
Yeah,
shit gets no love. That shit goes
I
so far,
know.
bro.
And like painted everything, like painted like so many petals. Like it probably took us 2 weeks to put that set together, and our lounge room looked so fucked.
We did it in
Like
your lounge room.
yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, it was like it was a whole mission. But yeah, lots of like lots of people, lots of people's times went into like lots of people's time went into that, and um yeah, it just made the shoot so much more special because like I guess it was so much about like collaboration and like the music and like the vision for like not only the sound but like also I guess like what kind of world we saw the sound in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really cool to like come up with an idea that could represent the music. And we had typography by Eden, who's an incredible typographer and like graphic
Shout out to
designer.
Eden. What's
Yeah,
the
so
Instagram
cool.
if you want to plug it? Do you remember it?
Eden Strachan.
Velvet
Let me
Bloom
find
on
it.
their phone while we're doing the
Yeah,
interview.
I think it's just Eden. Eden or Eden underscore S. And then Valentina, who is a photographer, you should definitely book her for like everything
Sure.
that you do. Um, she's just Valentina Marini, and then Josh is Soko Prim.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, and then Gretel Tobin as well was like yeah, putting all the flowers together with us and did a lot of assisting and stuff on the day too.
Yeah. Awesome.
Oh, sorry, and makeup. We had a makeup artist who was
Who are they?
incredible. Nympharella, her name's Erica.
Who?
Um, she does a lot of like commercial shoots, but like her, oh my, where she like thrives, I reckon, is like the creative stuff. So like we wanted to create something, like we wanted to create a makeup look that was like it felt kind of feminine, but like not superhuman feminine. Yeah. And also like not male gaze feminine. So it was like it
Yeah,
was
did you
really
say
cool.
not superhuman altogether, but you mean like not super,
Oh, it's not
like it's coming from a
human kind
different
of.
source, maybe from the natural world or
Yeah.
something like that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
It was really
Yeah,
cool. And she had so many ideas, like so many cool ideas, but also like really fit the aesthetic. And then we had like costume by Catholic Guilt. So that's like the chainmail stuff that you see.
cool.
And then Shoo Shoo intimates as well. They're amazing. Like a underwear label and brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like, oh my God, if I forget anyone, I'm gonna be so
That's the
annoyed at
whole
myself.
crew. Well, you've definitely given you've given props to the people who worked on it. Usually
Yeah.
people don't do that at all. So shout out to all those people. Saves me having to shout them
Yeah.
out.
Well, I don't know. I think like the shoot couldn't have been what it was without them. So yeah, I'm just like so grateful for that collaboration, like
Yeah.
with everyone kind of coming together. And yeah.
But it's cool because we talked just then about like how video, sometimes you put all this effort into it, you
Mm,
work with all these people, and it feels like it can go kind of unnoticed. But
mm,
I've always been a big, and I do all my own stunts. I do all my own
yeah.
covers. Like
Yeah.
I draw them and stuff like that. And when you put effort into that, that's the first thing they
Mm,
see. Whether it's like
mm,
the actual picture while they're listening to the music, or they have a quick glimpse at it, or whether
totally.
it's like a visualizer, that definitely impacts like how they view the entire experience. Like I guess my perception of these songs, it goes hand in hand with those visuals. You wouldn't really be able
Oh,
to
that's so
separate one
nice.
from the other. And when I show
Yeah.
my friends as well, and I've shown a few people, because I know Collarts I kind of snuck into the Collarts like listening room. I used to be a Collarts student, but it's a whole
Oh,
thing.
true. That's so nice.
And we listened to a bunch of those tracks there, and the first thing that my mates would say is like, "Holy fuck! Like what this?" And my mates like super into. Shout out to Oscar, super into like
Mm,
soul, specifically
yeah.
like that kind of vibe. And to see those visuals, I think it really elevates the entire package, and it also
Mm.
sets you apart from sort of anyone around in that way. Like it's such a unique. Like that's why I'm like sticking to this for a bit because I'm just like it's such a unique visual language. So yeah, it's great.
I think I just put like I care about this stuff a lot, and I think I find it really fun to be involved in kind of like the whole. I mean, you get it. You like yeah, you make a lot of the art and stuff for your
Yeah,
things too. It's like if you can make people see it before they even kind of like dive in, then like maybe it helps for people to like understand like the whole vision. Or even just like it feels good to have a song represented by like artwork that you
yeah,
really see for it. Like I hate when and not that we've done this like very often, but like I think like, you know, when I see stuff that we've released in the past that maybe hasn't felt super visually representative of like the song, it's kind of just like, yeah,
yeah,
you do what you can on whatever budget you have and stuff. And like also depending on like your capacity or like even just like experience. Um, but yeah, I think each time that we've kind of shot for something or like you know, put music out and stuff, like you learn something new and then you can kind of apply that to like future releases. And especially when you have like such an awesome community like backing you and like wanting to be involved and stuff, like that makes such a huge difference, like
yeah,
with the aesthetic and stuff too.
for sure. Fucking A.
Mm.
I wanted to ask you specifically on a lyric from one
Oh,
track, and
oh damn.
you say, I could have a heart. The fact that I'm saying this with my voice is great, but I could have a heart and shut myself off from the world, but then I'd be lonely. I
Yeah,
particularly resonate with that lyric as somebody
that's
who is
really
a
nice.
sensitive person. Um, is that the way I interpreted it is like wanting to create a barrier to kind of stop feeling negative emotions, but by trying to create that barrier, you end up isolating even yourself.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I wonder if these songs are like they are like tinged in some like, more like sad kind of undercurrents,
Mm,
but there is an inherently positive aspect to your music. Does that positive aspect come easy?
I think for me, it like it does. I think like I am a pretty positive person. Like obviously I have like a lot of emotions, like all artists do. We're all, there's a bit going on there. But I think like yeah, I think I have an outlook that um maybe comes from like I mean obviously like your outlook usually comes from like your childhood or like how you were raised or like that kind of thing. And I think my mum's always been like a really positive person even through like hardship, and I think maybe that's been passed on to me, which is like really nice. I think I've always really admired like my mum's like outlook or the way that she kind of like holds herself and like cares about her community so much, and
Yeah.
like yeah, even through hardship and like some tough times, like there's still so much space for love, and like I think that that's kind of like where I see myself, or like where I want to see myself is like, I don't know, regardless of like the external shit that's going on,
Yeah.
like you still want to make people feel like loved and valued and like that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know. I always try and put that in our music. Sometimes, sometimes it's just sad, or sometimes it's just like happy. Like I don't know. It's a lot
But
of us.
overall, yeah, like you have those
Yeah,
values, right? Like you have core values that have been instilled in you
yeah,
from being a kid, and you're able to carry those and flesh those out in your music, right?
yeah. I think that's yeah, that's probably right. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I like I think
I'm
as
not
well
trying to
when
psychoanalyze your Velvet Bloom. I know a lot of these interviews don't do that, but
yeah, no, it's cool when people pay that much attention to lyrics because like I think so much time goes into like writing them and rewriting them and like making them, exactly like what you want to say. And lyrics can be so hard like that because like sometimes words can't describe a feeling.
Mhm.
Like, and so to be able to find the words that can describe a feeling for you, but like not only you and other people, that's the coolest thing ever.
It is really tricky sometimes when you have an abstract concept in your head. Like you know
Yeah.
images that could work well to represent it. You could say a lyric that could guide the listener into that
Yeah.
particular corner, but to really flesh it out, even within
Yeah.
oneself, and be like, well, I have that idea that I want to, I don't know, smoke a cigarette out of a car window and I want it to
Yeah.
be heavy music, but why am I saying that? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
take a step
Yeah.
further and actually analyze, one's actions. I don't
Why?
if you do
Yeah.
it too much, like we had a few interviews with a few artists, musicians recently, and so
Mm.
I've spoken about the act of like analyzing your on-stage behavior after you get off stage.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I feel like yeah, if you do it too much, it can start to attack the natural
It's
side of
grating.
things. It can be.
Yeah, I feel that. But yeah, no, it's so cool, I think as well that lyrics can like mean one thing to someone and like something completely different to someone else. And like,
Yeah,
you know, sometimes I go into our lyrics, but sometimes I'll kind of just like leave them. And it's like it's awesome that like people can have varied reactions or like, yeah, kind of varied experiences come up from the same lyric. It's so cool.
for sure. That's the beauty of
Yeah.
art. A lot of people are quite
Yeah.
scared to really like look at, say, it was a artwork of just like I don't know, like just it's completely red, basically, like a Rothko
Mm.
painting, and a lot of people
Yeah.
go like laugh at it or go, oh, that's whatever, that's not art, typical bullshit. But
Yeah.
people are really scared to be vulnerable with that piece
Yeah.
of, with that picture and go, shit, what if I allowed myself just for 2 seconds today to just like feel something? And allow
Yeah.
myself to interpret it in a way that no one's telling me what that picture is. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go it alone and figure it out. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I think people are very Australia's not really a sensitive place.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what it is. And what you spoke about before, like tall poppy syndrome, like I don't I don't know if people mean to do it or if it's just like, a really big part of our culture, to kind of have that
Yeah,
like laxed attitude and like not care that much. I'm someone who cares so much, and like I will say that. Like I care about a lot of things, and like
yeah.
um yeah, I express that care for a lot of things. And sometimes like yeah, I don't know if people fully get it. But like that's cool. I just like want to be me.
But you can hear it, like, not that you or Joe Cocker sound anything alike, but when you see
Lol.
a Joe Cocker performance, it's
Yeah.
in the movement. I was actually talking to my drummer whether or not, like, if you separated Joe Cocker's movements, his like
Yeah.
facial movements, his body movements from his voice, like if it would take away from the experience or add to it, or if you could still
True.
recognize somebody, if he would still be Joe Cocker. But with you, when I listen to you, especially on these like three tracks, right, that you put
Mm.
out, you can fucking hear it. You can fucking you
Mm.
can see what it's like, you know what I mean? Like the emotion is like right up to the front. I
I
mean,
think that's also like because when we recorded this album, like we spent so much time on it and we recorded everything from home. So like I had Alex engineering, who is obviously someone who I feel really safe with, and like we were able to take a lot of time on everything. Probably too much time, you know how it is, but like it was like so nice to actually be able to like flesh out everything and then like sing vocals that we I thought was going to be the final take and then like listen to them for a few months and be like, oh, actually, like I don't think that that describes an emotion that I'm trying to describe like as well as it could, and like maybe we could dig a little deeper, and then like we'd re-record things, and then like also sometimes like for one of the songs that hasn't been released yet, like one of the vocal takes that was just meant to be a scratch take on the day ended up being like the actual vocal because
that's
like
always
I
the
couldn't
best.
it's so cool. Well, that
It's
doesn't
so
have like that
underrated.
happens
Like,
so rarely for me as
yeah.
well. Like, just because I have, um, yeah, I don't know. I have like a pretty clear idea of how I want the music, like the vocals to sound. So it's like that doesn't happen very often because I'll pick it apart. But like that song just made so much sense for that vocal to stay. Tried to re-record it so many times, and it just like I was just like, oh, it's just like not the same emotion. I don't know.
Sometimes it's really hard to capture it identically again.
Fully.
Like even
Yeah.
today, like with a scream I didn't realize that my phone was recording when I had the scream on. And as soon as I
Oh,
finished screaming, my bandmates came up to me, and I'm not a natural screamer. We have a lot of screamers on the show.
true. Yeah, yeah.
But they're like, wow, that scream was really nice. And I go, really? I thought the same. I held back towards the end because I wanted to record it properly. But the core
Yeah.
of that scream was incredible. And then it turns out I had recorded it accidentally on my
Oh,
phone.
cool.
So whether or not a person can take that energy now as a reference point, because
Yeah.
if you can hear it, you can try to emulate it, or will that hinder the process later when
Yeah.
you try to recreate something that was
Oh
organic at the
my
time?
God.
So too much overthinking, really. Overthinking not good for music, good for production. Overthinking
Yeah.
incredible for production, as long as you have a
hmm
release date. I would say. But
Yeah.
do
Lol.
you find that you write music first, or like instrumental
Mm.
stuff first, or lyrics first?
It's funny. Whenever I ask this question, every song's different for us. So it's kind of like, yeah, it depends. Sometimes I'll come up with like a lyric that I really like, and then we'll kind of like create the music around that lyric and melody.
Yeah.
Or like it'll be a lyric and I'll try and fit it into like some melodies that we have from like a song idea that we have. I don't know, it's always pretty different. How about you? Are
I
you
do. I'm the same as well, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like I always choose
Yeah.
between one or the other. It's I can write a more commercial record if it's
Yeah.
instrumental first.
Yeah, yeah.
People really like the Doll songs that started from just a jam, so that the lyrics I
Yeah.
haven't put the less thought I put into the lyrics or anything, the more people like it. A
Oh my
strange a
God.
strange juxtaposition. And
Mm.
I'm not too happy about what that says about this culture, but also
Dude,
feeling is
100%.
important, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes you have to just be like, well, that lyric isn't the best lyric that it could be, but that emotion is. The emotion
A
behind it
hundred percent.
is.
Yeah, yeah, I know. But also like I think as well when artists start to do better overseas, then like Australia kind of really takes them on. So I don't know, it like it might just be
Yeah,
a
it's
thing
so
of
true.
like, yeah, our sporting clubs, our organizations, everyone like who actually like could be supporting like emerging artists and the arts, like there should be more of that.
There should be more of that. The budget for the
Like
footy is ridiculous.
enormous. Like cricket, like tennis, like all of this, like all of the sporting, I think. They could be creating like local artist playlists. They could be having like local artists on their bills or like
For
that
sure.
kind of stuff. It's like there's so much that could be done in those ways, and I think it's so hard to put like all of the onus on like music industry, music festivals, like that kind of thing, because like it's a broader issue. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, because there's so much incredible music. People just need to be exposed to it. Like I was talking to someone from Oz Indies, incredible like radio station, and like they were saying they were asking someone if they would listen to Australian music. And they were kind of like, oh, there's just like not very many like good bands. And then he showed them like five bands that he loves, and they were like, what? These are Australian. Like these are Australian artists. Like, but like also it's just
Ignorance.
again, but it's exposure. Like, you know, and it's not you don't know what you don't know kind of thing. So like if you're not exposed to it, and like if these kind of sporting organizations or like broader campaigns that could be championing like emerging Australian artists like and diverse artists like would actually do that, then like that would be incredible for our music scene, for our creative spaces. Like
Yeah.
it would, yeah, it's such a hard industry at the moment, especially like with a lot of festivals like having a really hard time. A lot of show sales, like tickets are really shit at the moment, ticket sales. And just it's like, yeah, it's a really hard time to be a musician.
It's the hardest time, I would argue, of all time
Mm,
for us, for
yeah.
Australian artists. Absolutely. Like, we're completely fucked. Like, I was even on like a fucking label with all these, like I was on a booking agency.
Mm.
I don't even know if I can say this shit on my own show, but I was a part of like, I'm not gonna name who, but the same people who represent fucking Jimmy Barnes and all these other motherfuckers. I don't give a shit about, don't get me wrong, I love Eskimo Joe and a bunch of other people who were on it too. But like they didn't give a fuck
Yeah.
about a 28-year-old or 27 at the time trying to do some exciting shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just like foster what we've already fostered and let the young people kind of fend for themselves. I do see it as a
Mm.
wasteland with these like little pockets of kind of culture and we're all just trying to I don't know, survive, right? And not quit.
Fully. 100%. And it's so like hard. Literally every artist. Like, I mean, obviously as a musician, like most of your friends are like in the arts.
Yeah.
And every musician friend that I have has like spoken to me about like wanting to leave the industry, like not create music anymore. And I think like it's so hard and it's so jarring, but like you kind of have to just keep on going back to like the reason that you write music and like, what it makes you feel and stuff. But like, yeah, there needs to be an appreciation, I think, like a bigger
Yeah.
appreciation for like valuing artists like financially, because like we can't live on like praise. I don't know.
No,
It doesn't
we
really
can't.
work
And
that
even
way.
praise is, few and far between for some artists as well.
Well, yeah.
I
And like
also, yeah.
you appreciate it so much. Like obviously it's a hard time for everyone at the moment. Cost of living crisis, like Melbourne's, really expensive. Groceries are so expensive. Like, yeah. Yeah, actually, and while we're at it, Woolies and Coles could be doing more. They could be playing our music way more. Like,
Yeah, but
yeah.
have you listened to their fucking radio station? Like, I've got mates at Woolies, like, they listen to, the Coles supermarket radio station. It's us.
Well, yeah,
They don't have
there are
taste,
some
but
really great there are some really great artists on it, and it's so good when you can get there. But like, again, it comes down to like what an artist is able to do financially, and like if you have like a good publicist, if you're like, with a label that's big, then like, yeah, you'll probably end up getting these opportunities. But if you're an independent artist, you're like, there are so many independent artists who like arguably, I think, have like way better music than like certain people on like labels, like just because
for
it's like
sure.
way more raw and like and also unique. And then like they don't get the recognition that they deserve. Like one would be like Wild Gloriosa. Like she is
Oh yeah,
absolutely
shout out.
incredible.
Yeah, I know them.
And Mosey, Romney, like there's so many artists who have been like grinding for a while. And like, yeah, I think it's just frustrating to see like so many incredible people like just, it's just you struggle a lot. And like my friend Tanya George as well, like she's been in the industry for ages and like the opportunities that come through are like few and far between. And like, if like, and also like you get nothing from like streaming services. So it's like, if more playlists were just like, okay, cool, like every Friday we're going to do like a local playlist. And then they
Yeah,
like every Woolies or every Coles like around Australia, like actually like committed to that. Like, can you imagine how much that would help
for
people? Like
sure. It's a
emerging
very
artists? Like,
small thing for them to do, and like we're talking about a
mm.
cultural reset, though, is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
A very
Yeah,
punk
we'll do
thing.
it. Bring it
Um,
in.
And I've asked people, people who are like quite high up in bands now who are doing quite
Mm,
well about like whether or not a band itself, the entity of a
yeah.
band or a singer or songwriter, someone in the music industry, can they change this? So I firmly believe that they can. I don't know how, but I know that there is a responsibility in us, even if we're not making protest music, to be
Yeah,
protesting
I
constantly.
agree.
Australians don't like that. It makes them very uncomfortable. Other countries love it. Other countries protest all the fucking time. Don't get me wrong. There is
Yeah.
for like societal issues and stuff like that. But for creative rights, there's
Mm,
very few departments for that. Very few.
fully. Fully. And it does, it makes people uncomfortable. But there's a way to like uplift, I think, without like and not that you shouldn't be making certain people uncomfortable because that discomfort can drive like so much positive change. But like, if you start just like, and I've just been doing this lately, like n dropping all the names of like people that you want to be doing well, like in interviews like this, like instead of just making it like all about like, I don't know, your music,
Yeah.
what you're doing or like whatever. Like it can be so helpful. Like if we all do this, then like our communities grow, like the people who come to our shows, like end up going to other people's shows and
Yeah.
it creates a better scene. Like, and I fully believe that. So yeah, I don't know. It's also just like, don't gatekeep artists. Don't do it. It's not good. It doesn't help anyone.
Yeah. In like Japan, I don't know if you've ever been there. I talk about it every show
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
But
amazing.
in Japan, like the culture over there, so like here we have like readings and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And readings is a great bookstore. We used to have Borders before that shit got
Mm,
shut down. That was incredible. All these like cultural institutions, but the
mm,
level of like high art and high fashion and magazines and really intellectual kind of art practices and music, it's all sold commercially, like as common
mm.
as like a McDonald's. So the entire culture gets better, smarter, more knowledgeable. To be honest, I don't know how well it's affecting Japan because there's a bunch of other stuff happening there too, societal stuff that probably
Yeah.
needs to change. But in terms of their cultural knowledge, it's quite high because they've normalized being smart. They've normalized, going
And
out and listening to
creative
new
and
music
yeah,
and new artists. It's just there for them to get. Whereas here, you kind of have to seek out your favorite record
fully.
shop, who are probably not doing well. You know what I mean? So
I know.
we're not
I
feeding people
know.
properly. It's all about nutrition. You know what I mean? Like,
And like
intellectual
there's so
nutrition.
much saturation as well. Like it's awesome to see so many new artists like coming through and like yeah, I love that. But I think that again, it's like it comes down to like the foundations that have been laid like in the creative aspect of Australia. It's like, yeah, I think we need to like really give it an overhaul and like make sure that we are supporting artists who are like yeah diverse and like emerging like it's just important
There's
why
a
would you want the
yeah.
same voice like
No.
spread
Well,
across
they
30 something songs
obviously people do for some fucking reason because a lot of the music
but it's
does
because
sound
it's
very
being
similar.
fed to them
I
it's
know, but
like
it's like they're playing it very
yeah
safe, right? With what they're doing, it very safe. Because I would think, you know, I when I was listening to your music, I was like, there's no
Mm,
way these guys aren't just fucking gigantic. And you will be, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. But it's that
yeah.
level, right? And
But
like it
yeah.
really is. And you go, fuck, and it's music that makes you feel good. It's music that makes you kind of, get in touch with your feelings. You can listen to it
Yeah.
on many different occasions. You would
Mm.
expect that music would be getting support. I can understand if me, screaming my lungs out is seen as some sort of vanity or ego project or whatever, right? If it pissed people off or whatever. But you're not doing that. And the fact that Australia can't even like get that, to where it needs to be is really telling of the industry that, we are in.
Yeah, I do think it comes down to labels and stuff as well, though. Like the artists that labels sign are incredible. Obviously, like everyone does like who do you pick? I understand that point, but like they're so much more likely to like, you know, sign a person to the label who's like really good at TikTok, really good at marketing, really good at social media, like that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and then like write their music for them. So you end up having like music that does sound the same because it's being produced by like
The
a
same people.
small group of
Yeah.
people. Like it's just instead of like, yeah, kind of diversifying like the genres that people listen to and like actually taking a chance on artists. And I understand it's more like about the fact that like, yeah, a lot of labels can't afford to do that at the moment. And
That's
I
another thing as well.
understand that completely, but it's like yeah, it is. It's just really hard because especially if you make music that is like left of center, like even slightly, it's like it's too confusing or something. I don't know.
Oh, it's like perceived as it, and like people just won't get it. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
It,
Yeah,
it
even
it is
our
scary.
music has
It's
had that too. It's like
it's
our
terrifying.
music's like too soul for pop and then too like pop for soul. Like
I can
it's
see
just like,
that. Yeah.
okay,
But
cool. I don't
also,
know.
I feel like the I don't know. I feel like if you played that to kind of your average person, if they actually supported you guys and got your
Yeah.
music out to the average person, they would froth it, and then that would become the new kind of like norm, the new kind of like thing. You know what I mean? But they're not.
Yeah. Yeah, I like I agree. And I think again it comes down to like diversity. There's so much like yeah, it feels very stale, I think, at the moment
Yeah.
with music. And but not from like me seeing music. Like there's so much incredible music, but just like the stuff that I'm being fed without searching is like it does feel very stale.
Yeah, like when you see the playlists and all that stuff, and now you can pay now to advertise on Spotify. So if you have a lot of money, boom,
Yeah,
in
you
front of
can
the playlist.
exactly.
It's
And
not good.
even like if you look at like chart metric or something like that, that's so expensive. Like no independent artist can afford. I mean, maybe they can. Like I don't know, it depends on what kind of job you're working. But like
Yeah, or
a
who
lot of
or
independent,
who your investor
yeah.
is.
Well, yeah, but a lot of independents can't do that. But if you're a part of a label, then you've got like maybe 10 plus artists on your label and like you can justify that. I was talking to Alex the other day about like this concept of creating like a community, like a music community that would, I guess, act as a label and then like doing things like having a website, like because you know how you can have merch linked to your Spotify.
Yeah.
Then having and someone should do this. Like I would jump on board instantly.
You do it.
Like please pinch my idea. It's like I think it's really good. It needs to be fleshed out. But you have like for example like a website, a Shopify website because Shopify is the only like store that can be linked to Spotify, but it's also
Yeah.
again really expensive. But if you had like a community slash label where like every like you could have like 10 artists, for example, in this community. Everyone puts in like you divvy the fees for like I don't know, Chartmetric, Shopify, and like anything else that you kind of like see good for investing, like good to invest in. And then like you can have access to the tools that you wouldn't usually be able to have access
Yeah,
to
yeah,
because you
yeah.
can't do that without like I guess more label support. But you can do that if you have like I don't know 10 people pitching in. Yeah, I don't know, it just makes it made sense to me the other day when I said it. I was like, whoa, that would be cool if someone did that.
Well, just
Um
community, like, and
yeah.
community that isn't funded on genre or like
Mm,
economics. Genre's a big problem
Yeah.
because we have a lot of talented musicians, but they seem to forget that music's all coming from the same place. And
Mm,
because the sound can be like we I think internally like us as musicians like we are probably maybe not us. I think we're quite open-minded, but I think there's a
mm,
lot of people who are very quick to be like, no, 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 that should belong in its own category, and we should belong in our own category. It's like, dude, they're
yeah.
gonna fucking kill us if we don't if we don't understand that music is just universal and it's just a tool, you know.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of vibrations that we put together in a particular order, and
Mm,
now we're gonna, segregate ourselves from each other. Like none of us individually are gonna make it. Even if we make it in
yeah.
Australia, it won't be very rewarding because,
Yeah.
there's a lot more to the world than this place, despite what this country wants you to believe in. There is a whole world out
Yeah.
there. And so
That
we're quite
yeah.
isolated from everyone. And so
So isolated.
we need to kind of, I don't know, figure out a way to kind of break all these like genre walls,
Mm,
and also just, yeah, just kind of see each other as all being a part of the same industry. Because in like 20 or 30 years, the people who are now running it, they'll probably be not alive anymore. So we're
yeah.
going to be the industry, and what state are we going to be in when we have,
Yeah.
what are we going to do? Like, can you imagine? Like, none of us have any money unless we're related to these people. We're not inheriting a single fucking dollar.
Well,
So
yeah.
what the hell is the industry? Like, what will it even look like? Anyway,
And if
so.
you look at something like Spotify or like, it's like a tech company. So like
Yeah,
music
it is. It
industry
is a tech
earnings is
company.
just like they're just getting funneled out of the music industry into like a tech company, which is just like fried, actually. So wild. I don't understand how like yeah. They really need to up like the amount that an artist is being paid per stream.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's honestly so ridiculous. But even like I think it kind of you look at this with like I don't know, cuts that like an artist would get from a label or like even like or like distribution fees or publishing fees or like that kind of stuff. It's
Yeah.
like it's as if they think we have like unlimited money. It's like no, like after a tour, I'm depleted. Like there's nothing in my bank account. There's nothing left in me. And like how do you expect for someone to like keep on running like without support?
It's
And like
such a
obviously
weird paradox, though, right? Like,
it's so
what?
weird.
Like, does a tech person? Have they ever tried this? We should switch places.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just like even industry. Like I don't think that I think there's a lot of people in the industry who don't fully understand like what the pressures of being an artist and like not only an artist, but like I guess, if especially if you're managing yourself, if you're doing your bookings, like if you're managing a tour, like if you're doing all of your own like production, if you're doing all of your own like music videos, aesthetics, like that kind of stuff, like plus having like a job that you need to like sustain your job, like it makes no sense. Like it's not a good business model.
Well,
We're
why
all just
can't we like, I spoke about this with a friend recently. It's like, why is making music seen as a selfish activity when it's for
yeah.
everyone?
Well,
And we start to believe that too. We're like, oh, this is selfish. I should be going to do something else. I should be working harder in my real job. This is a silly hobby.
nah.
But it's like a mentality thing that we've been kind of like
Yeah.
conditioned to act in this particular way.
Mm. Well, I think like as long as you're bringing community like yeah, I don't know. I think that as long as you're bringing community into your practice and like really um trying to expand and diversify and like ensure that like as many voices are being heard like within I don't know whatever in whatever way that you can with your project like then yeah it's not making music's not selfish and like it actually helps a lot of people like the amount of messages that we receive like from people who are like hey I was like in a really dark place like
Hmm.
this song got me through like whatever it's just like that's that's the purpose. Like, it's so nice that like people can find like healing in like music, even
Yeah.
if like the song's intention was completely different. Like, it's yeah, it's beautiful that that can happen. And like, yeah, I do think there's like such a big devaluing of like musicians or like their art or whatever. And it's just kind of like, especially after a release, it's like, okay, so what's next? It's like, give me
Yeah.
a minute. Like,
If a song can make you cry, right, then it's
yeah.
a real tangible service.
Yeah.
So we don't need any
Or
more proof than
happy.
that. Or happy.
Yeah. Like, whatever it is. Like,
If
it's
it's
making
doing
people feel
something to you, if
things.
it's changing your like your emotional kind of compass or whatever, then
Yeah.
it's the same as a psychologist or a therapist, big industries, you know what I mean? It should be just as important
Yeah.
as a doctor.
Yeah. Like,
So
100%. And I think as long as like you're considering like the broader community within your practice, then like, yeah, it's definitely not a selfish act, like, to be an artist. And I think like, I don't know, you also look at like every time that there's like a crisis, you see artists come together. They're the first group of people that will be like, okay, let's like give away our earnings to something, like whatever the charity organization is. Like,
hmm,
we're always the first ones to be like, oh, 100% my time means nothing.
yeah,
Like,
very empathetic kind of group of
yeah,
people,
which
no matter who you are.
is what you love. Like, I love that so much about creatives. Like, it makes me so happy and like so proud of our community that like we're always the first ones to kind of like volunteer our
Yeah,
time or like our services or resources or whatever. And I'm so happy to do that for like not for profits or for people who don't have like the funding for certain things. But like if it's for like something that's like government funded or like a company that has a lot of money, it's kind of just like, why don't you value this? Like it doesn't
yeah.
make any sense.
It's
Um,
yeah. We definitely went down a
yeah.
deep rabbit hole. But I mean, it just reflects like I guess like the average artist's frustrations. I find that
Mm,
a lot of the times I post a lot of stuff on both of my accounts, on my art account and on the band account, and
mm,
sometimes on the podcast account about just like social issues and speaking out about it. And
mm,
sometimes before I post, I go, "Is this going to be stupid? Is this going to be cringe? Like, how is it going to be perceived? Will people get
yeah.
angry?" But generally, what happens is only, a few, fuckheads basically get angry, and most people will be like, "Wow, like you've actually said something that I've been feeling and didn't know how to articulate." A lot of
Yeah.
us feel the same things. We're all dealing with
Yeah.
the same economic crisis as well. So
Yeah.
in any way, if it's through lyrics or if it's through emotions or if it's through Instagram posts,
Mm,
we all just need to keep pushing that, you know what I mean? Because it's the one
a
thing,
hundred
especially
percent.
through COVID as well. Like that was like the one link. It's like we're all fucked. What do we do? You know? And now we're all
Let's
separated
be
and we're still
fucked
fucked.
together.
But yeah, legit.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah. And the separation after like COVID is hard. I think people just kind of went pretty inward and like, but I do think that people are starting to realize that like community is so important.
yeah, it's taken them
I
a
don't
bit of
know how
time.
that. Yeah. But also like I understand like a lot of people went through like really significant traumas and stuff like through COVID. Like
Yeah,
if their family situation was like not good, if they had like bad living situations, like yeah, it was a really hard time for a lot of people.
it
And
was.
I
Yeah,
completely understand why that would kind of make people feel like they need to isolate. But I think community is the answer for like a lot of these
I agree.
issues.
I want to
Yeah.
ask you about some stuff that isn't as heavy as all the shit we've been talking about. But
Yeah.
so okay, in my opinion, you've got like one of the best voices in Australia, like period, right? And I've read an interview of yours that spoke about how like Jeff Buckley was one of your influences.
Ah,
Well, I
yeah.
reckon you guys are on a similar wavelength. That's all I'm gonna say. Because it's fucking
Okay.
wild. Like, and Jeff Buckley is like the guy, right? Like, vocally
He's the guy.
speaking, and his dad as well, like Tim Buckley too.
Mm,
Like those guys, I've seen them described as like aliens, basically. Like they were both aliens, and they
yeah.
were only here for a short period of time, and then they were gone, and they left such a huge
Yeah.
impact. I'm wondering, how did you develop that range? Like, how did you get to that place?
I actually I like obviously thank you so much. That's actually so nice. I think there's so many incredible vocalists in Australia and like yeah, as we said before, so lucky to be a part of like such an incredible music community. So many people who dedicate so much time into like their practice and yeah, I feel like honored to be a part of that world. But yeah, with the range side of things, I grew up doing like theater. So I guess that's a pretty key part of it. When you do theater, you have directors who are like, project, project, and like
Yeah.
you get it kind of drilled into you, and like you kind of have to develop, especially because like my first show that I did was Oliver, and I was Oliver, and that was like very high,
True.
like vocally, a lot of the songs, and it's so funny. I have a video of it, and Alex has it somewhere. I'm pretty sure he like stole it, and now there is, yeah, basically there's a video where I'm like my voice is cracking and I'm singing Where is Love from yeah the Oliver soundtrack, and it's like yeah early days, but I think like yeah you hear it back or you watch yourself and you go okay cool, like that's what I need to work on, and like it's kind of just always, and it's not like you're criticizing yourself or anything, but it's just like, cool, that's like, in order to become a better vocalist, like that's the thing that I need to work on. And then it's like, oh, okay, like I've, maybe progressed in that area. And then you're like, oh, okay, actually, that's something that I would really like to work on. Like, whether it be like breath control or, yeah, range or like runs or accuracy, like that kind of stuff you kind of always go through. Especially when you're like learning other people's songs, like, and you're like, oh, whoa, that run was actually really hard. Like, why can't I nail it? And then you kind of
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it becomes like an obsession. I think a lot of singers are probably the same. Yeah, you kind of just go, oh, that's really fun. Like, I want to do that run. And then like, if you don't nail it, you're like, yeah, why aren't I? And like, what scales do I need to like learn in order to like make that run easier? Or even just like how much do I need to practice on agility or like breath control or like that kind of stuff.
Are
I don't
you
know.
classically trained or jazz trained?
Like in school, and actually probably more, yeah. I did jazz vocal lessons in like year 11 and 12. And then prior to that, I was doing like a lot of more theater based vocal, which I guess is yeah a lot more classical training.
Yeah, right.
Um, and that was kind of like, and then also on top of the theater stuff that I was doing, I was also doing like vocal lessons at school. So I had an incredible teacher who was like really amazing in talking about like vocal health and like for women or people who bleed, like there are certain times of the month that just like vocally you get really stuck or like you hate your voice or like that kind of thing. So it's like it was really cool from like such a young age to just like have a vocal teacher talk to me about that stuff because I was like, oh, like of course this stuff would affect how I'm sounding or how I'm perceiving my voice or like
Yeah.
what range I can access or like that kind of thing. And I think it was so important for me to have someone like talk to me about like how, yeah, like periods can affect like every aspect of your life, obviously, because like it's your body like changes so much through each phase. But like also vocally, of course, yeah, there's certain things that like dry you out or like um yeah, just like singing, you're probably going to perceive it as like bad. So like I try not to track like in certain times of the month or like do like ensure that like I don't take on big projects. Obviously sometimes I do and it just like it has to be done that way, but like yeah, you've just got to kind of really try and manage like how you're going to
Yeah, like
like
looking after yourself as
expend
well,
your
right?
energy. Yeah.
Regardless of
Yeah,
what
it's
your
so
schedules that
important.
you have as well. That's a hard
Yeah.
thing to do. Um,
So hard.
I think as well, like vocal techniques is like a huge one because a lot of the people that I know, not in like a jazz
Mm,
world, and not in a Jeff
yeah.
Buckley sense, but people who scream like they're not classically
Yeah.
trained, but they know how to scream. Whereas
They know. Yeah.
I don't know how to scream. I like the idea of my favorite thing in music is stumbling into things. I love that. Just like
Well, that's where you find so much beauty as well. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
'Cause there's a lot of control in like other aspects of my life, but in music, it's always been this thing. It's like, oh shit, I guess I am a drummer now. Oh, actually, I guess now, at which point can I call myself a synth player now? I guess I can
Yeah.
now, you know? Yeah. Because when I was a
Yeah,
kid,
of
I played
course.
piano for fucking probably 8 years, but
Yeah.
all I knew how to do was do like covers of like Maroon 5 and
Amazing.
Coldplay. Yeah, amazing. And then when I was a bit older, I started playing like The Entertainer and a bunch of all these like
Yeah.
classical shit, but that was all muscle memory. So I never really got into that kind of swagger.
Yeah. Or even like the writing aspect of it, because you learn like what other
Yeah,
people would do, but then like maybe it's harder to find like a creative like a way of creating like on that instrument. And like I think what's so cool and like what I have been doing a lot more lately is like yeah, writing on keys instead of guitar like actually brings such a different like style to writing.
for sure. A different
Like
side of
lots.
yourself as well, right?
Yeah. It's so cool because you can kind of be like, okay, well like these chord choices that I might make or like even just like patterns or yeah, timings and stuff that I would like do on guitar, like it's different to like how I would play like keys, which is like not an instrument that I would say that I'm like confident in at
Yeah,
all. But like in a studio sense, like it's so nice to play a different instrument and feel like a different sense of creativity coming through. It's
for
so
sure.
nice.
Anyone who like feels stuck listening to this should know that like all you have to do is just pick up something else. And you don't have to
Yeah,
be good at that instrument. Like our guitar
100%.
player, actually he's producing us today. We're tracking drums with him. But he
Hey,
left the
awesome.
band and so I was at a position where I've written with guitar. I write most of
Yeah,
the songs, or at least I used to. And then I would give them to musicians who are more sophisticated and they would flesh it out, right? But
yeah,
I found that I was forced now because I was like, fuck it, I'm not getting anyone in until I know their vibe. And until then,
yeah.
I have to wait. And what do I do now? And I had to just write it myself. And there's songs where I'm just doing
Mm,
the most random shit. And I know a little bit of theory, but obviously not as much as he does. And it's
yeah.
gratifying to the point where I'm like, I don't care if it's a little bit like technically more basic. There's so much soul
Mm,
there. I'm able to do
yeah.
shit. I don't know if you've ever experienced it. Probably not. Probably not. But like I've had lots of musos sometimes in various projects
Mm,
where some people are just so intense with their own kind of musical stylings that they don't allow you to be, at least in my scene, like I want to be more
yeah.
vulnerable. I want to, I want to play
True.
the acoustic guitar and chill and stuff like that. And in my old band before Dole, my drummer, and I love
Mm,
him, shout out to Flynn, but he never wanted to play like a surf beat in his fucking life. So I was restricted to what I was able to play for 4 years, right?
true.
So it is
Yeah.
interesting when
I
that
think
happens.
in certain projects I've experienced that. I would say that I'm really lucky to create with like the people who I do now because like I'm trying to think if there's been times I mean I'm sure that there is just probably more like stylistic choices or like taste things but like a lot of the time like if anyone wants to try something like now especially like in the format that we have like it's we're always going to try the thing that someone wants to try
Exactly.
like
We're the
and
same now
it's
as well.
yeah I just like I don't understand why you wouldn't actually some of our like my favorite parts have come from that as well like in songs like melodies or like even like yeah replacing an instrument or whatever and being like hey can we just try this like synth line here instead of having it be like a picked guitar part and then like it's
Yeah.
like so cool and it like it progresses your like music and your style usually a lot like since we started kind of like yeah having kind of more keys heavy songs or like synths in our music and stuff like it yeah it's changed our sound which is really cool
You guys have
um
bongos as well, right? Who's playing the bongos?
oh, on the album we do we have Robin Cummins who's playing percussion on how many tracks I think she's played it on 4 tracks the 3 that are released have her on them and one more. Oh, and then she was also playing kind of some percussion parts in like the next single that's being released.
So is she like a
Um,
trained percussionist? It wasn't just like you guys being like,
yeah.
all right, we're gonna hit this, or like the drummer. That's
Well, I mean,
awesome that you got somebody who was specialized in that. That's so good.
yeah, and because sometimes we do. There's like a lot of percussion that like it's oh my God, there's so many funny videos from like creating the album where we're just like all got like a I don't know some form of like percussion instrument, and we're just like fucking around a
Didn't you
lot.
have that? I don't know if it was a percussion instrument, but didn't you get that thing that's like on Instagram? They always advertise this like thing that you like hook it up to a plant and
Ah,
you play it? Is that a real thing? Does it
so
work?
funny.
Does it work?
Yeah, it does work. It's maybe
What's
good
it
for
called?
ideas.
What is that thing called?
Playtron or something.
Playtron or something? Yeah.
Yeah,
You
like
can
it was
test people's
fun.
love as well, right? Like you put them
They
together and you hook it up between them or some shit.
Oh, there's versions of it. But they sent us one and they were like, "Could you do
So
a
cool.
video?" And we were like, sure." And so like we did. Like um I wouldn't say that that's something that like I would yeah, I didn't pay for it. Yeah.
There you go. I'm gonna try and get on the Playtron mobile. I'm gonna try and get on that
You should
bandwagon.
it was really fun.
I'd love
Like
to. I love shit like that.
yeah, it was really fun. And I think the touch one that they have, which I think is the one that you're talking about where they like you can touch like another person and then it will create like but you
Yeah,
have to put the sound in. Like
yeah,
you have to program like for example, like what we were playing was like flowers and then like we would program each flower to be like a different like synth sound or like
yeah.
yeah, when we were playing like percussion on the flowers. Oh no, was it fruit? Yeah, it was fruit, and the banana at the end was so disgusting. Like it was brown as fuck.
That's
Like,
awesome. I know
yeah.
one of my favorite records is a guy called Mort Garson, and it's called Plantasia.
Oh, yeah, we have that one. It's
Fucking A.
amazing.
What's it? I mean,
Yeah.
it's technically it doesn't actually make. I mean, I don't know if there's any way to prove that it makes your plant happy or grow better, but it really
Yeah.
reminds me of. It's on that same wavelength.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I feel that. But yeah, definitely if you want to get one, it's fun for a gimmick, but like
oh, I'm totally
I
getting in the
wouldn't
sponsors of this fucking show. Like, absolutely. I love that shit. I didn't know they were sending it out. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean try it, definitely.
Yeah.
A lot of friends also got sent them. And yeah, it was like it was really fun to kind of figure out how it worked and like all of that kind of stuff. But it was also like yeah, it was definitely not something that we would use for like writing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
A few more things before we wrap up. I don't mind going a bit over
Yeah.
time because I paid for Zoom Professional because I'm sick of getting ejected out of this shit recording right now.
Wow. Oh my God.
Because I'm doing a lot of
Appreciate it.
like US ones as well, so it's like I'm not sending
Cool.
them a fucking
Congrats.
link. Thank you. Um,
Yeah.
you met my hero, what is effectively my favorite Australian artist. You met Mr. Dope Lemon himself.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to refer to him as any
Angus.
other name. I don't
Just
care. I
dope.
love his. Don't get me wrong. I love his stuff with Angus and Julia Stone. I love Julia Stone as well.
Mm.
How'd that go meeting him? I read a Rolling Stone article that was published probably 5 hours ago.
Oh, they haven't told me that that was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What did
out.
it say?
It's out. What did it say? It said that you made three bangers with him of some sort.
Three bangers. Yep.
Is that what it said?
Something along those lines. So I was a part of this like branded partnership with Wild Turkey. Angus and Julia Stone were mentoring, and so were Studios 301 in Sydney. So it was it was actually like it was such a good program. There were so many incredible artists in it. I
Yeah.
think that one of my favorite parts was like I don't know, I guess it was kind of like a competition, but like we all just like all the people who were involved in the program just like embraced each other in like a really nice way, which I think is something that doesn't always happen in like competitions like that because
Yeah, of course.
yeah, sometimes you can be like pitted against each other in certain like ways, but like it wasn't like that. And we were all like really inspired by each other and like really encouraged each other. And I think that was like so cool. And like since then, like, if any of us has like an opportunity come up that like I know, for example, you need like voting for, or someone's like got a show in like your area or like that kind of thing, like we all kind of really support each other. So like it's actually created
Yeah.
such a nice little community.
I
And I'm
thought
sorry, I know
you
that's not the question.
I thought you were
Well,
gonna say that anytime that you need someone to vote, Dope Lemon will come and put his vote, like himself. Like
oh
he
my
will
God.
vote for you. Do you have him on
Well,
speed dial right now?
um, yeah, but
That's
like we're
so
not.
good, bro. You know, yeah, I'm sorry, this is like a slight tangent, but I'm the owner of that pink Cadillac that I was supposed to win that. Because I bought that CD. You know how ages ago there was like a competition where
Yeah.
you'd win shit? Well, I won. I did the scratchy the other day. This is like probably 5 years too late because that album's been out for a long time. And I got the three lemons in a row. And I texted him and I said, Mr. Dope Lemon, well, where's my Cadillac? And he responded and he called me he called me Dolly, which is a really affectionate, variant of my band's name.
So
And he
wait, you won the Cadillac.
no, I didn't actually win. I was too late to win it, but it was supposed to be mine, all mine. And yeah, I was in a car park I think it was like Derrimut or some. It was like somewhere rural, and I had just bought a CD, and it was in the scratchy was inside the CD.
Why didn't you do the scratchy earlier?
Well, I didn't. I wasn't in Derrimut 5 years ago. It really, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
This is old
You
as fuck.
bought
This is like ages ago.
Oh, so you bought the CD recently
Yeah.
and it was in the CD. Oh my
He
God.
responded on the Dev Lemon account just to tell me, like personally, to tell me that
Oh yeah.
it was expired. Like it's like, sorry, there, kiddo. Like you didn't actually win it. And I was like, that's so good. And then we had a little conversation and then it stopped. And then I tried to get him on the potty and then that was it. That was the end of my experience
True.
with
Oh, they
Dev Lemon.
no, they were so nice. Like both Angus and Julia were really supportive and like welcoming, and it was so awesome to go up to like Angus's studio and stuff as well. It's like this beautiful manor, and it's yeah, in northern New South Wales. It was gorgeous, and it was so nice to spend time there. But also just like yeah, they were both really welcoming, which was like such a big thing. But yeah, I'm so glad that you like his music.
Yeah.
And like that you're such a yeah, big fan. That's so cool.
Well, I don't know why I'm such a big fan, to be honest. It's just there's something about it. Like I think it's interesting that he has the stuff that he does with Angus and Julia Stone, but also
Mm,
he has this like alter ego, and it's just
yeah.
random as hell. And it's just like it really is just a guy creating, doing whatever he wants, basically. And I really appreciate that. I think we need more of that.
Well,
Um,
they're both such incredible songwriters in their own right, but also like I think what I loved about and I think I probably I mean if I don't know if it said this in the Rolling Stone article because I
you'd have
don't
to
know
read
that.
it.
Yeah, I'll have to read it. Damn. I would have said something along the lines of like I really loved how they collaborated. Like it felt like there was no ego. And it felt like they were both just like really trying to serve the song in like the lyrics that they chose and the melodies that they chose. And it felt like if either of them said something, they were very complimentary or like if it wasn't the like best, I don't know, version of an idea, it would be like, oh, actually, could we do it something more like this? But like it felt like there was no ego in it, and it was really cool to watch two vocalists, and obviously they've had such a long, successful career together. It makes sense, and they're brother and sister, like they've worked together for their whole lives. But like, it was just really cool to see like two vocalists working together in such a cohesive way.
Yeah.
And like whenever I'm writing with like other vocalists, which isn't very often really, because like we don't like I'm kind of like the writer of Velvet Bloom. But when I do write with other people, like that's what I value in like collaborating, like having a really like honest and um like compassionate approach to like other people's ideas
Yeah.
and my own ideas as well. And it's so cool when you can get to that point where you're like, oh, like maybe that's not the best, or like maybe that's not the best lyric. Maybe it could be something like this, or like, oh, I love that
We
part, but like
need that. We
yeah,
need people to say that, but in a nice way.
yeah, 100%. But that's what I loved about them. They were both so supportive of each other's choices, and like also, yeah, there wasn't ego within their choices like that they
No.
made. So that was really, really cool. And yeah, they were both just so great. Like, yeah, we had such a good time.
So those three bangers, the aforementioned bangers that you wrote, are they on the album? What are these songs? Like
No, I honestly, I don't know. I haven't heard them yet.
really?
So we'll see, I guess.
So they're
That's what
gonna
I
be
was,
released like later maybe, but we don't know because we don't know what these songs are. Because
well, we don't know. Like, honestly,
take
we
that,
spent
Rolling Stone.
three,
I got the
I
inside
said
scoop
that,
now.
I said that to them as well, because I was kind of like, yeah, absolutely. It would be incredible to release them. But like, yeah, you don't know. Like, I don't know. I if I haven't heard the songs yet, then like, the way that we wrote them in the studio was so awesome, and like, I really enjoyed my time there, and like, that's obviously the most for me. That was the most valuable part of the whole experience. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I guess not like the thing that we've come out with, um, more so just like what I had gained from like those studio sessions and stuff like that was for me that was the prize or like the reward. So yeah,
Cool.
that's how I feel.
That's good. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to ask you is, do you have any dream collaborations? Because we've got
Oh.
connections on this potty, so if you need to meet somebody, not just in the music world,
You're
everywhere.
so funny. Oh, okay. I mean, I've always been such a big fan of Matt Corby. That would be
That is the natural progression, right? And he's
yeah.
incredible. Like him and Mr. Dope Lemon are both incredible. But yeah, Matt Colby,
Well,
Rainbow
yeah.
Valley was the best fucking album of that entire year. That
It
got me through COVID. Incredible.
I love and also I saw Matt at the forum, I think it was last year. Um oh Great Gable, who are friends of ours, were supporting.
Yeah,
And the show was amazing. Like, yeah, it was such an incredible show. They had tech issues on the night that I went. But he ended up playing like three acoustic songs and they were
awesome.
phenomenal, of course. Yeah, Olivia Dean's like one of my favorite artists. Love her. And Jalen Nagondo or Nonda, I'm not too sure how to say their last name, but that would be a huge thing for me as well.
Cool. Well, if they're
Yeah.
listening, get on board,
Um,
everybody.
yeah, that'd be sick. But yeah, Matt Corby would be really cool for sure.
Sick. I
Yeah.
guess the last thing I wanted to ask you is we always ask people, this will probably be released probably like late December, early Jan.
Yeah.
Is there any like thing you want to plug? I better okay, let me rephrase myself. 2025, new year. Fuck
Yeah.
2024. Um, for me at least. What can
Okay.
we look forward to in the Velvet Bloom world?
Wait, so this is coming out at the end of December-ish?
Yeah, I guess if it comes out early Jan, then it's like still relevant because the year's
Yeah.
still. Yeah.
So,
What does 2025 hold for Velvet Bloom?
okay, we've got an album coming out, which is like the most exciting thing that we have ever done,
Awesome.
I reckon. Especially musically, like we're so proud of like the songwriting on that album and like yeah, it's really exciting for us. We yeah, we just got accepted for like a pretty major grant that will see us touring the
Ooh.
album nationally, which is so exciting and would have been impossible without um funding because we're going to a lot of like regional and remote areas as
Cool.
well
Yeah,
as
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
capitals.
Awesome.
So that's going to take up like a pretty significant portion of post release. Um and yeah, honestly, I'm just really ex like this body of work has been like 3 years in the making. We learned so much in that time. So like it's going to be incredible to have it out. Like I can't even tell you.
Especially if
Like
you've sat with something for that long, right? Because it's not
yeah.
like a year by year thing either. Like you've been working for
No,
3 years. God
we
damn.
finished it in April as well. So yeah, it's kind of
Crazy.
huge like that it's coming out and I think we're like yeah, we've worked so hard on it. And again, like we had instrumentalists that aren't, you know, our usual kind of group of people on the album as well, which is so
Yeah.
exciting. Like an artist called Indiana who plays, who's an incredible vocalist, but also she plays violas and violins. She features in one of the songs. We had yeah, Brennan, Hamilton Smith, and Ben Harrison on our last single, Destiny, that we just released. And yeah, Robin obviously playing like percussion. It was just like so cool to like kind of reach out to people who are a little bit maybe like slightly removed from like our usual
For
circles.
sure. Makes the best
And just
music.
kind of yeah, oh my God, 100%. And it was cool to hear their interpretation of like certain ideas that we had, and like hearing them kind of like evolve into like a sound that was like something that we would do and something that they would do like together.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Yeah, so a lot more like because we haven't really performed much this year. So you'll get a lot more live shows next year, which is really exciting. Oh, and we just got announced on the new music stage at St Kilda Festival, which is really
Cool.
exciting.
Fucking
Yeah.
A. Well, I will be there.
Yes, cool. And vote for us because it's like a public voting thing and yeah, obviously that comes with its own like challenges, but you can vote for like an artist to win, which again kind of makes it weird and competitive a little bit, but like everyone on that lineup is incredible. Like everyone on there deserves like a spot on the stage next year. So it doesn't matter who you vote for, hopefully someone will get the opportunity, you know? So just support everyone
Fucking
if you
A.
can.
Well, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Maddie, for taking the time to chat with us.
Thank you for having
And
me.
best of luck with all the the post-album and pre-album stuff.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I really appreciated the chat and it's nice to have like a space that like you can be honest and like obviously we kind of took a bit of a turn into like fuck the industry for a bit, but I think that is kind of just like a conversation that a lot of people are having at the moment. So
Comes from
it's
a
very
place of
real.
love as well, is what it's important to
Yeah,
realize. So
100%. Like we just, we want members of our community and like people who've been like grinding for a really long time, like we want them to start getting the opportunities that they deserve and like the fans that they deserve because there's so many people out there who would like again, as we said before, there's so many people out there who would like love the music if they were like exposed to it, but like it's just about that exposure.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Well, thank you, Maddie.
Thank
I've been left
you.
brain and right brain because who needs a co-host? And signing out. Catch you around.